Peter Jackson, the writer, director and star of Bad Taste, is in Australia to ease his film onto the cinema-going public.
About the most unfortunate story with continuity was one of the characters, Peter O'Hearn, who plays Barry in the film. He turned up on the very first day we started shooting with, so he hadn't shaved for about 4 or 5 days, so he had some stubble on his face. And that was like, we didn't know it was going to last 4 years. And so we filmed him that very first day, and for the rest of the shooting, for the next 4 years, he had to turn up on Sunday with 3 or 4 days worth of stubble on his face. It was a sort of a ritual that he got into for the next 4 years. We started out with a slightly different story than what we actually ended up with, and originally it was just about this human being, this guy who gets attacked by aliens, and like the film was his battle against them, and that was the guy that was played by Craig. And about halfway through he says, "Oh look, Peter, I don't want to go on anymore." He just recently got married, and his wife was quite religious, and he sort of felt he had some problems with appearing in this gore film. So he said, "I can't go on," and I just thought, "Oh no, what am I going to do?" So like we shut down the production for about 3 or 4 months. We just didn't do anything while I was wandering around thinking, "Oh no, what can I do? What can I do?" And so I had to devise a whole different story and bring in different characters who were humans to sort of like and relegate Craig's story to a subplot. And what actually happened is before we finished shooting, he got divorced from his wife, and he wanted to come back into it again. So I said, "Okay, all right, come back in." And so we used him at the very end. And the way that we've edited the film together, it appears like he's sort of in it throughout. I'm in 2 roles in the film, and I'm an alien. I was an alien originally, and we shot a lot of stuff with me. And then at that point where Craig dropped out halfway through and we needed these other actors, I mean, I went to a few mates I had who I thought would look good on film, and I still needed one more character. So I just decided, well, who can I trust to turn up every single Sunday? Who can I trust to at least do more or less what I want? And I thought, well, only myself, really. So I took on this role of Derek. And it got a bit complicated because the character that I was originally playing, who was the alien, at one point has to fight Derek, and the two of them have to have this hand-to-hand tussle on the edge of a cliff. And so we had to shoot that with stand-ins, and sort of we had to be really tricky in the way we edited it, but I was sort of more or less fighting myself. Well, the brains and the meat and that sort of stuff is real. It's just from the butcher's shop. I used to go there on a Friday, and I used to in the supermarket and look up and down all the little trays of meat and try and spot the ones that looked the worst, you know, the most gooey sort of awful things like hearts with bits of tubing sticking out and sort of yucky things. And then we'd get them and we'd scrunch them up to make them look even worse and rip them open. And that's sort of what all the gore was. It was real. The blood was just syrup, pancake syrup with red food colouring. Very sticky, but tastes nice.
It's a film that adolescents enjoy hugely. Sorry, David.